Okay, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be doing a review on the Tribit Stormbox Pro, which quite obviously got in front of me here. Going to be taking you through the speaker, giving you a show around it, giving you the specs, sound test, let you know what I think. Feel free to comment as you please. But yeah, take you around the speaker. Kind of nice little kind of lantern design here. Nice material. We've got a USB A and C port down the bottom, which is kind of weird. No aux port though. Presumably the A is to be used as a kind of like a charge bank. And then on the top we've got power, Bluetooth, X bass, and the volume up and down and pause, kind of like standard Tribit, buttons. Yeah, it's quite nice materials. Can't really complain too much here. This handly bit here is kind of like a weird like recycled rubber almost. It's quite nice, like soft touch. It doesn't feel too kind of like cheap, so I think it suits it quite well. Yeah, first problem here, to be honest, well, maybe not first problem, but this retails at £120, which is over double really the rest of what Tribit offer, apart from the Stormbox Blast. So just over the standard Stormbox, this thing here, it's over double what this costs, which is quite a strong start. I mean, you can see here the size difference here isn't even that mental. I mean, it can't even possibly be much better because there just isn't enough space to put better drivers in there. So it's kind of interesting, we'll have a think about it. But yeah, 360-degree sound here, so same as the normal Stormbox. It is a 50-watt output though, so it's double the wattage of the Stormbox, which sits at 25 watt. But obviously double the output power doesn't necessarily mean double as loud. But yeah, it's 50 watt is a pretty standard. We've got Bluetooth 5.0, so it is a newer Bluetooth version than the Stormbox, which means we do get better range, better connection through walls and stuff like that. So yeah, that's something. We've got IP67. Which is actually less than the IPX7 rating on the older Stormbox, on the standard Stormbox. But yeah, still going to be water, dust resistant, pretty much everything you're going to need. You can pair two of these in stereo or party, presumably. I'm not sure where, which scenario you'd really be doing that in, because this isn't really a home speaker. This is obviously marketed to be, used out and about, and in that setting, stereo speakers are slightly useless, but the option is there. We've got 24 hours of battery life, which is very impressive. That is slightly more than the standard Stormbox having 20. So yeah, it can charge your phone using that USB-A port on the back, and it does take 7 hours to charge, which is 3 hours longer than the standard Stormbox. So it is a slightly longer charging time, but you do get 4 hours more playtime. That will be at 60% volume with X bass off. So obviously bear in mind, if you're playing at 80% volume with X bass on, you're going to get significantly less battery time, should we say. We've got one 3-inch subwoofer in here, so these aren't passive radiators, this is a subwoofer, so I'm expecting the bass to be stronger. We have two 40mm speakers. That's all it says, is just speaker. It doesn't really tell me if it's it doesn't give me any more detail. And two passive radiators as well, so I'm slightly worried about why they're so bass heavy on this. We've obviously got a subwoofer and two passive radiators and only two actual little speakers, so normal drivers anyway, so slightly worried this is just going to be way too bassy and not enough focus on the actual sound quality. But I'll play the sound test and let you hear it for yourself.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care. You're unaware, keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over.
Okay, that was our sound test, and yes, we are going to gloss over the Android email notification sound halfway through the song. I do apologise for that. But yeah, this is an interesting one because the bass is definitely stronger than the standard Stormbox. Probably is a decent amount stronger, maybe even double as strong. But the volume itself of the speaker is definitely not double. The sound quality is also relatively similar. So bearing in mind it's over double the price, I don't think I could really recommend it. I think for literally 90% of people, I'd recommend the Stormbox. You know, you're saving, well, in this case, 60, 70 quid. So yeah, £70 straight out. You know, if you buy them both new, you're saving 70 quid on the Stormbox. And okay, the bass is slightly less, but if you're carrying it around outside, you're probably not even going to notice. And the volume really isn't much different. So I'm not really sure where that £70 is going. It's, you know, it does have a slightly better Bluetooth version, but you know, it kind of counters that with the worse water resistance rating. So it's, you know, and the higher charge time. So I am slightly confused. Also, it doesn't have an aux port, whereas the standard Stormbox has an aux port, so it could be used for a laptop or a TV or a monitor. You know, it's got a bit more versatility to it. So if I'm being honest, it's not a bad speaker at all, don't get me wrong, but I think you should go for the standard Stormbox. Save the £70. Buy yourself, well, yeah, whatever you want really. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think I've got it wrong, or if you've got one of these, or if there's anything you want me to compare it to. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah.